Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know this is quick because I literally just posted a video like a few hours ago. I know it's quick. So the draft was this weekend, right? So I don't know if y'all all watched it, but so the draft was this weekend, and I was just gonna let it pass and just have like my little opinions on how it went. But then I was like, nah, I just started this whole YouTube thing. I'm trying to do something with my life. So I decided that I was gonna make a video on it, okay? So what this video is we just gonna talk about the draft. That's all we gonna do. So if you didn't know, or if you just somehow didn't end up watching it, the draft was online. So basically what happened is so I watched it through ESPN. So basically what happened is they didn't have a red carpet. They normally have a red carpet, and they go to a city, and it's this big multi-day deal, and it's just the draft. Because, just because of coronavirus, we can't go nowhere. So I was just okay, how they going to do it this year? A lot of people were asking. So they decided to do it virtually. So basically what happened is on ESPN, they had the main guy talking, and then they had monitors behind him that would have he explained at the very beginning. So each team, they would have a monitor, a camera, at the coach's house, the head GM, and the owner. Some didn't have their owners up, but I didn't really care. So that's how they set it up for the teams. So you would watch them sit there and talk, and their kids walking out the rooms, and what their house looked like. Some of those houses were fat. Because you forget that coaches make a lot of money too. I always forget that. You know what I'm saying? They make chump change compared to the players, but they make a cute little coin. But yeah, you saw everybody's houses, and then for the players, because you want to see the players' reactions. They sent out about they said at the beginning that they sent out about 80 cameras to the different guys' houses, and they set them up. And honestly, just seeing some of these families' reactions and what happened in the households were honestly some of the best part. Y'all saw the finger.
Jones, 45 career starts. He's a Houston kid.
Y'all saw the phone snatch.
He can do that. He's very explosive. He'll take that big hit.
Y'all saw that lady just.
So the Titans get themselves a big tackle in Isaiah Wilson from Georgia. Came from Brooklyn Poly Prep Country Day. Need a little time to adapt to the...
And especially the fact that every time a player got drafted, the whole family's on the couch. And then you see all the other family members, kind of creeping in.
Story is his level. And it wasn't just at the point of attack. It was chasing.
If you watched past the third round, you stop seeing people's houses. And nothing's wrong with that. NFL only has a certain amount of money, but at the same time, the NFL got money. So, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand why they thought to not send out more, or be hey, Joe Burrow, after you get drafted first overall, send this camera to old bruh, because he a few days away, but his family, you know what I'm saying? I thought they were at least gonna do that, but they didn't. And for the overall production of the draft, it went on really well. There was obviously technical difficulties because it's live, and not everybody's in one place, and you're relying on some people's home Wi-Fi. So obviously it was a little off, I'm saying they would select the player, and then you think, oh, okay, fantasy the player, and see his family all giddily and jumpy, but then you gotta wait an extra 2-3 seconds because you know what I'm saying, it hasn't gotten on the TV at his house yet. You know what I'm saying? So besides that, the actual production of the draft was spot on. People's mics were working, the analysts' mics were working, and they were just firing. You had your hiccups here and there, but for a live show that went on for as many days as it went on, and how much it could just change, especially when teams trade their picks and all that, draft went A-okay. So basically what I had planned, if you see me looking at the side, that's because I got my laptop here because I'm recording this on my phone. So yeah, that's why I kind of looked to the side, because I kind of, typed out what I wanted to say, trying to be productive. So basically, I'm just going to talk about, obviously not the whole draft, because ain't nobody got time to talk about all the hours of my life that went by trying to watch that draft. Nobody got time for all that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about the list, and we're just going to talk about it. Okay, so first of all, seeing the first draft pick, Joe Burrow. So of course, now that I go to LSU, I was happy. I was happy for Joe to get drafted, man. I just thought, we knew it for months, so I wasn't really surprised by the pick. I was just like, okay, let's go. I was surprised though that it was only him and his mom and his dad. I know it's Corona time and people aren't supposed to be out with their families, you know what I'm saying? But I thought he was gonna have family on the FaceTime, maybe a cousin or uncle sitting next, you know what I'm saying? I thought more. Joe said when he got drafted, he put on that hat, he hugged mama, he hugged his dad. That was it. That was all. I mean, obviously, the excitement of probably getting drafted, that probably wore off on him months ago, because he knew ever since we won the national championship, he knew he was gonna go first overall. So I feel like he was kind of you know what, I've been known, so I'm over it. So let's move on. So I was happy with Joe. He did well. So we gonna go later. So then a few people went by, and then Miami was on the clock. So everybody before then, you knew where Chase Young was gonna go. You kind of knew how that little part of it was gonna play out. But then here comes Miami, and people are really sitting here talking Herbert and Tua is that's a discussion. They need to pick one or the other. And I'm sitting here was I not watching the same college football season? Because Herbert, he cool. He did well. Bro, if you're watching this, congrats. You got drafted. You did your thing. But at the same time, it's Tua. You know what I'm saying? Tua did what he needed to do. But one thing I didn't know going into the draft that, I know now is when I heard, Tua would always be injured, I'm thinking, this man done sprained his ankle, you know what I'm saying, hyperextended a shoulder, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's, okay, this 1 week, 2 week, one practice, you know what I'm saying, no pads one day type thing. That man's been hurt, okay? That man has been hurt. That man has gone through it. So I think that's probably why most coaches were trying to balance between them two. Now, I think Miami made the right decision by going with Tua, because I just don't think Herbert, Joe's great. I don't think Herbert is I don't think he's a guy. I don't. He's going to be decent. But people out here acting like he about to win it all, you know what I'm saying? The Chargers about to be AFC champs. That's not going to happen. As the first round was going on, obviously the first round is a round that you pay the most attention to. And what I personally noticed is I thought most teams were going to go for more of the flashy, the big names. You know what I'm saying? I thought a lot, big names did go off the board, but I thought it's going to be a lot of running backs, a lot of wide receivers, the flashy guys. You know what I'm saying? I thought those were going to be the guys getting drafted. But some teams this year wanted to be smart. They actually wanted to use their draft pick in a good way, and they were drafting linemen and D tackles, and I was okay, everybody in the first round, y'all did it, okay? Y'all actually went for what you needed, not for the big name. Now, some of those guys had some big names. There were also some big boys to help their team win, so I get it, I see it. One person in the first round that this pick, it shocked me, because not that he was picked to that team for the reasons he was picked, but it shocked me because he was picked that early, he was going to be gone the next round. And I'm talking about Jordan Love. So when it comes to the Packers, they're a great organization, you know what I'm saying? The Packers are A1. They won the first ever Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? So they've been doing what they need to do since day one. But they have Aaron Rodgers. And last time I checked, Aaron ain't no scrub. So I was really sitting there So get a quarterback is nice because he is getting old. Aaron is old, and he's maybe retiring in the next 2-3 years. But like at the same time, personally, I didn't understand why they thought getting a quarterback in the first round was that important. You know what I'm saying? Because like personally, I did not really have a good idea of who Jordan Love, I don't even get the man's name right. Jordan Love was coming out of college, just because Utah State, they're a good program, but like they don't play nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously like they play somebody. Like, he has games, he has stats, but like you don't really see them in those like big bowl games and fighting to make the playoffs. Like they don't do that. So I think that's one thing that a lot of times that people take away from how good a player is. So like, I think that it's kind of unfair when you see somebody who went to like a USC or like an LSU or like a University of Georgia or Bama, and they're like, oh, great, you had this one game, bro. You ran for almost 400 yards. You had X amount of touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, you averaged like 9 yards a carry. Like, you were doing it. And then you look down at who he was playing, and it's like a D2, D3 school. And like, I get it. That's important for the schedule. The first few weeks of the season, you play those type of team. All of the SEC, Pac-12, ACC type schools play those types of teams. But when it comes to the draft, personally, if I was a GM, if I was making all the decisions, I would draft somebody once I see them play against quality people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you ran 400 yards against a school that I had to look up to figure out what state it was, but you only ran for 50 yards against Bama. You know what I'm saying? So, because I obviously think that those type of SEC powerhouse schools are the closest thing, obviously, to an every game kind of like NFL type of competition. And anybody can run up on a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't play basketball to save my life. But if I need to go score on a little third grader named Tommy got this work. I look like Michael Jordan. But obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's unfair. So I feel like when it came to Jordan Love, he is a good player, but I feel like they were looking at his stats and looking at the things he accomplished against talent that just wasn't that good as some of the other quarterbacks on the board and who they've played. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, I personally want to draft a quarterback in the first round if he threw 17 picks in one season, this most recent season he's coming off of. And Aaron's not known to be the most loving teammate, so I don't know if he thinks they're gonna have like a kumbaya moment once he gets to Green Bay and Aaron's gonna hug him with joy and help him learn the playbook. Aaron ain't gonna do all that. So I don't know. I admire the pick. I understand the pick because they need to focus on their future if Aaron's out the door. But I didn't think he was the best quarterback on the board. So I know y'all thinking, who she thought was the best quarterback on the board, Mackenzie? Let me tell y'all. I was very disappointed in the NFL. All 32 teams, okay, even my little Saints. I was disappointed when they thought it was going to be okay to let Jalen Hurts sit on that board for that long. Like, I knew I wasn't the only one thinking that. I couldn't have been. If you were thinking that too, please comment below saying that you were thinking that too. Because, like, I just couldn't believe it. I thought, okay, if he doesn't make it out the first round, that's understandable because some of these teams aren't in desperate need for a quarterback at the moment, especially a quarterback that plays the way he does. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it have it. But, you know, we keep going into the second round, and eventually I'm kind of like, okay, we're kind of getting disrespectful. Because I get it. He had to transfer from a school because he lost his job technically. Didn't lose his job. I mean, they just were battling it out and things just happen. But at OU, Jalen was no scrub. You know what I'm saying? Jalen was no scrub. Jalen was making the plays he had to make. Jalen was doing what he had to do. And the thing I love about Jalen is one of those quarterbacks that, like, he gonna know when it's his fault. He gonna know when he needs to dig deep inside and be like, I need to take this game over and I need to do what I need to do to make the team win. And he's not the quarterback that's gonna be like, get all hyped up on his personal stats and hyped up on this. If he don't win it all at the end of the year, it was not worth it for him. So I thought a team like New England was going to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fly Eagles fly. I mean, do what y'all want. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought like a team like that, a team with a culture like that was going to pick him up because they were going to see the type of player he is. You know what I'm saying? Jalen will run the ball for you. He'll throw the ball for you. Most times, he won't risk the game for you. And if he risks the game, you give the boy another shot, he gonna make up for it. So I just thought that was mad disrespectful. And I feel like Jalen felt the same way. So I wanted to I'm gonna put it like on the side of the clip of when Jalen found out he was drafted. So we finna watch this.
Coached by Doug Peterson, you couldn't ask for anything better. I think this is a tremendous opportunity for both the organization and the player, Mel.
No question. I think when you look at Jalen Hurts, 43 career rushing touchdowns, those packages that Daniel talked about, Lamar Jackson, what he's been able to do. He was package quarterback for Joe Flacco when he was a rookie, so he took over late now.
So yeah, that's just like a little clip bit. But what I interpreted from seeing that video when Jalen got drafted was he sat there and he was just like, okay, all right. Because Jalen knows what's good, okay? Jalen knows that at the end of the day, he was disrespected. And he knows that he's going to go out on that field and make something shake. Because I thought it's stupid to think that he's going to really want to be somebody's backup. And Carson Wentz's backup. He don't need to be Carson Wentz's backup. Carson needs to be somebody's backup. Carson can be his backup. So I get it, but at the end of the day, yeah. So those are like the main two people that I wanted to talk about. But when it comes over to the whole draft as a whole, teams draft, I think this year, more than previous year that I watched, teams drafted extremely well. I think that they got who they know they needed to get. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, they made sure they were getting what they needed to make their program better, to make their team playoff contenders. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to specific teams, my Saints, okay. I get our first two picks. You know what I'm saying? I get it. We needed a center because ours just retired. You know, a linebacker because our defense be hanging on by a thread some games. I get it. But why did we just draft a quarterback? And then why on God's earth did we just try to get Jameis Winston like that's going to do something? So I believe in the process. I believe in our process. I believe in my organization. But at the same time, I'm not here for it. Okay, I'm really not. I'm really not here for it. Drew's a great quarterback, but I don't think the two quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not think that was worth it right now. But I'm going to stay quiet as much as I can, and I'm going to stick to the process. I'm going to stay calm about it. I'm going to stick to the process. So another team that I wanted to talk about real quick was the Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, Tampa Bay. Okay, listen, focus right here, right here. Y'all have one job, just one job. Y'all already got Tom Brady. Didn't think y'all were going to do it. Don't know how y'all still did it, but y'all got Tom Brady. And then in some grace of God, y'all also got Gronk. So y'all doing something. Your GM, your owners, y'all talking to somebody. Y'all making the right moves. But when it comes to the draft, I thought y'all were going to squander this opportunity at the very beginning of the draft. I thought y'all were. I don't know if I'm the only person who noticed. So they had, in the first round, they had pick 14. The San Francisco 49ers, the defending NFC champion 49ers, had the 13th overall pick, correct? Okay. When you think about what you need, Tampa Bay, on your team, right? If you know you're going to get an offensive lineman, right? Offensive tackle. Why don't you just sit there for a minute and just think about what the Niners need? Just think. You know, Emmanuel Sanders just left. They lost key people on defense. Okay, yes, they knew that their lineman, Stanley, was going to retire probably. But if he was, the rest of the line was still solid. So please explain to me why y'all thought, you, Tampa Bay, thought, let's find a way to waste some later in the week draft picks to move up one spot. You moved up one spot to get an offensive tackle. Now, the offensive tackle you got, he was from, I believe, Iowa. I saw his he moves people. He know what he's doing. But when you saw, if you watched it like I did, you saw John Lynch's face, the GM for the Niners, if you didn't know that. And he's just sitting there cheesing. Because he knows. He just got some extra picks because y'all weren't thinking clearly. Y'all didn't have to move up. You didn't. You so didn't. But the rest of the draft went well, and y'all worked it out. So I'm fine. So I'm basically done, but basically the few things I also wanted to point out was the SEC came for y'all this year. 15 players in the first round alone. Record, killed it. And you know, LSU Tigers, you know, first time this many players were drafted from one school. And that's not including Thaddeus Moss and the other players that went undrafted but then signed teams. So LSU, we did something this year, man. I'm proud of us. I'm so proud of us. And I think that all of them will do great. I think Grant Delpit was a steal. Browns, y'all scared a little, y'all just went right in there and got him. That was a steal. I wanted him to go to, a little bit more aggressive defense because I just think that's the type of defense he will do better in. But y'all got to steal. Absolutely. If you guys want to talk to me about it, feel free to DM me on any of my social medias. They'll be right here. Or just Snapchat me or something. So then maybe me and you could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys have any video ideas or anything you want to see, or just any comments on the video at all, make sure you comment and make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their mama, tell their baby cousin to tell their baby mamas to subscribe to my channel. So yeah, that's it. So hope you guys have a good day, and bye.